Guys, we are in this. This is happening right now. Okay. This is the Star Wars The Force Awakens panel. I know a lot of you guys waited a long time to be here. I mean, like, decades, really. And so I'm also here to tell you that you're not going to be disappointed. And someday you will look back and get to your grandkids will be like, shut up, Grandpa. I was at the Force Awakens panel and back in 15. And they'll be like, shut up. So I want you to really think about this and experience it and enjoy it as it's happening, okay? Because this is an experience that just this group of us will have for the rest of our lives. I would now like to introduce and bring out to the stage Kathleen Kennedy, a man by the name of J.J. Abrams, and Mr. Lawrence Kasdan.
Obviously, I think a lot of people out there know that Star Wars is 100% dependent on the fans in this room and all over the world since 1976. In fact, when the movie was ready to come out, it was really the fans that built the momentum around the release of New Hope. So we are right back in full circle, and we want to say thank you to all of you.
We're editing. We have a cut of the movie. We're in this extraordinary moment where we're doing fine-tuning, and I say extraordinary because in this business, a lot of times there are release dates before there are scripts, and to have the time and to have Disney give us the time to do it right is not a small thing. And so we're working hard to make the movie more of what it wants to be.
The guy that brought me in is the genius that brings us all here, who is George Lucas. Yeah. He was absolute breakthrough monster genius, and none of us would be here if it weren't for him. And he called me and said, will you do this for me? And we started to do Empire Strikes Back, and then we did Return of the Jedi, and then 30 years passed, and those movies just like never went out of my life or my consciousness. And then a call came again and said, will you come back and meet these characters again 30 years later? So there wasn't even any disjunction between my life.
We actually brought this character we call Baba Joe as a nickname. So should we bring Baba Joe out?
Yeah,
and
I think
what
so.
Happens?
Absolutely.
Let's see. This character was built by Neil Scanlon and the Creature Department. Let's see if this works.
So. Okay, yeah, Neil Scanlon. These guys have done an unbelievable job, as you can see.
What's amazing is seeing the people who operate these things. And the real benefit of having creatures like this, and you can see that character right there, you know, there are 5 people who are operating that creature.
Well, obviously with the saga films, which JJ is starting the first, which is The Force Awakens, 8 and 9 will be part of that saga, but we're also making anthology films, standalone movies. And Gareth Edwards actually starts shooting in about 3 weeks. So the first one will go into production very soon.
I do want to point out there is a very special guest here in the audience. Peter Mayhew is out here. There he is. There's Peter over there by the microphone. Now we're going to meet some of the cast, some of whom I know you guys got to talk to a little bit at Celebration, so let's bring them out. Playing Finn, John Boyega is here. Also, Daisy Ridley. And as Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac.
It's been awesome. I mean, we walked the floor and we got to meet you guys. We got to meet some fans by the Lucasfilm booth.
As an excited, eager actor, you know, I wanted to talk to Harrison about piloting and about how should I do it. You know, is there any special things that I should do, and just how do you work with the controls? And he said, it's fake. And also it's in space, so it doesn't really, the same stuff doesn't apply.
Yeah.
And I said, got it, I can do that. But you know, I think really it was taking on, you know, the character of Poe. He takes on that legacy, not only of Han, but of Luke, of being these heroic pilots. Because if you think about it, these characters, they lived those stories that we all grew up with. They grew up at the same time as those stories, you know? I mean, Poe was probably, he was there watching on Yavin, you know, when the medal ceremony was happening, thinking, I want to be that. I want to be a hero, and I want to take up that mantle. And I think that's what he does, you know? He even sometimes recklessly so. But yeah, so really connecting it to that old world, it was special.
Going from an outside fan, going into filming Star Wars, I think working with the legends that have already made this kind of universe and are coming back to it was everything we could have hoped for and more. They're funny and warm and welcoming and made us feel as part of the universe as they already are. So it was great.